Hey guys, let's get more news from Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Miami Heat's Duncan Robinson helps fill the void on injury-depleted roster. Miami Heat forward Duncan Robinson has rode the NBA rotation roller coaster the past 2 seasons. It was only a few years ago when he was a mainstay in the starting lineup, but inconsistency led to him earning a place on the bench. With the Heat dealing with injuries, Robinson is once again in the spotlight. He had 20 points, including 5 three-pointers, and 4 assists in Wednesday's victory against the Philadelphia 76ers. It was the Heat's final game before the NBA All-Star break. He's been fantastic with his shooting, with his movement, creating overreaction, Heat coach Erik Spoelstra said. He's basically been doing it all. Robinson has averaged 21.5 points in the last 2 games when the Heat needed it most. They have played without Josh Richardson, Jimmy Butler, and Terry Rozier, who are all sidelined because of injuries. Not only has Robinson helped fill the scoring void, he's also contributed at the defensive end. He had a combined 3 steals and a block against the Sixers and Milwaukee Bucks. Defensively, he's been so disciplined and detailed whether we're in the man or the zone, Spoelstra said. He's been making great progress there. Whenever Duncan Robinson is on the floor for us, our offense finds a way to look better. The Boston Celtics' victory over the Miami Heat last Sunday, 11, was marked by a controversy between Jaylen Brown and Duncan Robinson. In a move in the last quarter, the Miami winger fouled the Boston star, in a tangle between the two near the dead zone. After the play, the Celtics' number 7 suffered a technical foul, pulling the Heat's star athlete. Jaylen Brown's Celtics beat Duncan Robinson's Miami Heat 110-106, in another meeting of the conference finalists in the 2023-24 season. After an exchange of provocations in the aforementioned move, Robinson made it clear that he did not like what Brown did in the press conference after the duel. "I don't agree with anything he did there. It's a dirty move. There is no other word to describe it, especially because there was no longer any dispute, the foul had already been called in his favor. Jaylen pulled my arm after the play was completed. Therefore, it is a dangerous, excessive and unnecessary move on his part. That's my opinion," explained the number 55. However, Boston's number 7 did not show any remorse with the move. According to the winger, the foul he committed against his rival was not at all problematic. All the contact, after all, would have been Robinson's fault and not the Celtics star. Herro, Adebayo, Robinson lead Heat past 76ers. Takeaways from a 6th win in 8 games. Takeaways from the Heat's 109-104 win against the 76ers on Wednesday night in Philadelphia, Black Small Square. A night after blowing out Milwaukee, the Heat took control for a time in the 4th and then survived a late 76ers rally to beat a Philadelphia team that's now 6-14 when it plays without defending NBA MVP Joel Embiid. Getting 2 back-to-back signature wins like that was big, Bam Adebayo said. "We're believing we can do it, even if we don't have a lot of guys." Here were the decisive moments that sent Miami to the All-Star break with its 6th win in 8 games. Haywood Highsmith hit a corner 3 to give Miami a 92-91 lead with 7:06 left in the 4th. Tyler Herro then made a difficult scoop shot to make it a 3-point game. Soon after, Duncan Robinson missed a running jumper, his first miss of the game after 6 makes, but then nailed a 3 from the corner to put Miami up 4. Betting content later, the lead grew to 6 when Herro passed to Adebayo for a dunk. Eventually, the margin grew to 8 when Herro hit a 15-footer and Highsmith hit 2 free throws. That seemingly had Miami in control with just over a minute left. But a turnover by Herro and a goaltending call on Adebayo left the 76ers down only 3. Miami whittled away most of the shot clock before Robinson missed a 3 from the corner. but Jamie Jaquez Jr. had a thunderous dunk on the putback, pushing the Heat's lead back to 5 with 34 seconds to go. Tyrese Maxey, 30 points, hit 2 free throws on the other end to close the 76ers to within 107-104 with 29 seconds to go. But Miami used up most of the shot clock on its ensuing possession. And after a miss by Harrow, Adebayo secured the rebound and hit 2 free throws with 7.3 seconds remaining, essentially settling matters. A night after shooting 19 for 40 on threes in a 123-97 thumping of Milwaukee, Miami shot just 11 for 35, 31.4%. But Philadelphia was even worse at 28.6%, 10 for 35. Miami got big nights from Adebayo, 23 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, Robinson, 20 points, 4 assists, Harrow, 23 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, and Highsmith, 16 points, 4 three-pointers. And this was huge. After allowing 62 points on 52.2% shooting in the first half, Miami permitted just 42 points on 42.5% shooting in the second half, and 2 for 14 on threes. In the second half, our commitment defensively was much more to our identity, Spoelstra said. The 76ers were on their way to a 200-point game. That was not going to be a great formula for us. I told the guys in the huddle I'm not sure we can score 201 points. The Heat played without Jimmy Butler, bereavement leave, Terry Rozier, sprained knee, and Josh Richardson, dislocated shoulder. The 76ers played without Embiid and forwards Tobias Harris, Nick Batum and Robert Covington. There was a 5-minute stretch in the third quarter when Maxey went to the locker room and Philadelphia mostly played a lineup of Buddy Hield, Cam Payne, Paul Reed, Ricky Council Jr. and Terquavian Smith. Miami actually lost ground during those minutes before playing well in the fourth. Black small square Harrow, Adebayo and Robinson played well on the second night of a back-to-back set. A night after producing his 7th regular season triple-double, Adebayo opened with 10 quick first-quarter points, on 5 for 5 shooting, then went scoreless, while taking only 1 shot, in the second quarter before coming alive with 7 in the third and then doing his part in the fourth. Danilo Gallinari signs contract with Miami Heat. According to journalist Shams Charania, from the website The Athletic, Danilo Gallinari signed a contract with the Miami Heat. The Italian was without a team after being released by the Detroit Pistons at the last trade deadline. The winger had proposals and considered other teams, such as the Los Angeles Clippers, Chicago Bulls and Cleveland Cavaliers, but opted for the Miami Heat. Danilo Gallinari's contract with the Miami Heat runs until the end of the season, but there is a chance he will continue into the next season. Despite the team being above the fines range in the NBA, it was possible to sign the veteran. According to the league's new rules, all teams above $182 million in salary cannot sign an athlete who was paid $12.4 million or more. However, Gallinari was being paid $6.8 million before leaving the Pistons, which allowed for the new contract. Now, he is expected to join the rest of the squad as the NBA pauses for All-Star Weekend. In other words, it should only be available after next Thursday. There was a certain expectation on the part of the Boston Celtics to sign the player, but the idea of Danilo Gallinari returning to the team was out of his plans. This is because the Celtics had Gallinari in the 2022-23 season and he did not play due to injury for the entire campaign. Then, Boston involved him in the trade to the Washington Wizards for Kristaps Porzingis. Thus, the Italian did not like what happened, as he believed he could contribute to the team when he was healthy. He had the option to leave the Celtics, but agreed to receive less to stay. Then, the exchange came and Gallinari revolted against the board. With Danilo Gallinari, the Miami Heat gains a boost in perimeter shooting. So, the management's idea was to make the team even stronger there. Furthermore, the Italian can still play as a winger and will be important. At 35 years old, Gallinari arrives at the Bucks after 760 games in the NBA in 14 seasons. In total, he averages 15.2 points, 4.7 rebounds, and shoots 36.6% from three-point range. And you fan, what do you think of the Danilo Gallinari situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.